Hello there, fairies and fauns, satyrs and selkies, and spooky fae folk of all sorts. Today I am bringing you my autumn and Halloween Decorate With Me video. This video is being created by request from one of my Patreon patrons who asked me if I was going to do a video of my autumn decor, so I thought, why not? So, without further ado, but first, what is more spooky than a black cat? Say hello to everyone, Cinder. He doesn't like being on camera. That's okay. Without further ado, here we go. Halloween decorating is the perfect excuse to wear one of my favorite pairs of tights from Sock Dreams and this classic Enchanted Love witch dress from the late 90s. It even has pockets. The bodice has a velvet crescent moon with several velvet stars on it. It seems like all you can find in most stores is either Thanksgiving items or spooky cemetery items. I've decided that my style lies somewhere in between. I have two main phrases for the way that I like to decorate, and that is Witch's Apothecary and Over the Garden Wall. If you've ever seen Over the Garden Wall, you know what I'm talking about. So this is my haul from Target this year. These are all the items that I bought from the Target dollar spot. They have so many things that I love. All of these little pumpkins were only $1. I love these little book boxes. This one says Book of Beasts. The other one says Book of Witches. I kind of went a little nuts at Target dollar spot this year, but I just love everything that they brought out this year. These are some items that I picked up from Dollar Tree this year. You've got the creepy cheesecloth, a couple of beautiful little candle holders with silver pumpkins on the front, and then several picks, leaf picks. Sorry for the camera work. It's hard to sort through picks and also hold the camera at the same time. This sign was also from the Dollar Tree, and I think it's super cute. Now for a little black cat break, they decided to sit in one of the boxes that used to have my Halloween decorations in it. And here are all of my Halloween decorations all spread out on the floor, ready to figure out where they're gonna go in the house. Some of these items are put outside, like the creepy corner cottage sign and the giant vintage paper black cat there. And some of these items I didn't end up using this year, but I did end up using most of them. Time to take down. This was actually my Easter decor. I haven't changed my decorating since Easter. It seemed like the whole world kind of just froze in March, and the pandemic started, the quarantine started about a week after I'd put up my Easter decorations, and they all seemed to apply for summertime too, since they were flowers and rabbits, so I just kind of left everything up. So it's so nice and refreshing to actually put new decorations out. I really was overdue for this. So the dining room was done in kind of a more classy theme, since I have 12 dancing princesses on my walls. I kind of had to go more autumnal, but I kind of went a little nuts in the hallway with Halloween, and I love the way it turned out. In the living room, I'm pretty happy with how this vignette turned out on my coffee table. Speaking of Over the Garden Wall, you can see that I'm watching one of my favorite episodes while I do this. I tried putting the dragon scale pumpkin in the centerpiece of the coffee table. Then I changed my mind and put out the black pumpkin with stars on it instead. This is one of those moments where I feel like Hermione from the movie when she says, "Is that what my hair looks like from the back?" Yeah. I'm really happy also with how this little vignette turned out. I was wondering where I was going to put that dragon scale pumpkin. Hello, Ella. Look at how cute she looks. They sit on this table all the time in the window, so I wanted to just have a simple little display with my dragon claw vase and a few silk flowers. Now time to take down the Easter decor on the mantle. Clean, clean, clean. Take down all the flowers. I love this banner. It's one of my favorite Halloween decorations that I own. I'm pretty sure it's actually vintage instead of reproduction. I tried putting up these haunted portraits from the Haunted Mansion of my husband and I, but it just didn't fit the vibe that I was going for, so instead I put out candles and a haunted mirror. All right, now for the actual house tour. Here's my dining room. I weave leaves in the chandelier. The plates are from Dollar Tree. I love the look of teal with pumpkin. That color combination I think is one of the most striking in the world. As a riser, I used this old tin which is red and blue and kind of adds a little bit of antique intricacy to the display. So I'm really happy with how that turned out, the dining room. Now for the hallway. On the one side, I put up the Black Hat Society sign from Dollar Tree, and then I put my black hat that I was wearing, my witch hat, on top of the lantern underneath it. And then on the other side, I parked a couple of my brooms, including my besom from my friend Charlotte. Nightshade Handmade, I believe is the name of her company. I'll put a link below. This embroidery of two black cats was done by a friend of mine. And then on the other side, this needlepoint was found at I found at a garage sale. And then I also tucked a few of our favorite antique postcards reproductions into the mirror. I'm such a sucker for anything that looks like old school Halloween. The other side of my entry has a couple of little figures that are sentimental for us and my large velvet witch hat. These are new this year. We picked them up at Walmart. The old school looking tapestry banners to either side of our living room entry. And then here's our mantle, the way it turned out. Again, honestly, one of my absolute favorite Halloween decorations is that banner, or the garland, pennant, whatever you want to call it. And then I spent way too much time trying to show you this haunted mirror that I created a few years ago, but I'm going to put a link in the description to my DIY blog that I did years ago on how to make one for yourself. The candles to either side just say eek and boo, and they're super easy to make. Just buy some Dollar Tree 7-day candles, and I just took some Sharpie and wrote eek and boo in a kind of scrolly, spindly font on those. And once they burn down, I'm just gonna buy some more candles and write them on there again. Hello, Ella. I put black and white pumpkins right next to my fox bust, along with a orange leaf plate. I'm really happy with how this Madame Magica's Enchantments and Spells sign looks in the corner. And then here is my Witch's Apothecary corner with my dragon scale pumpkin from At Home and my potions. The center potion I filled with black feathers and added a little cork with a raven on the top. That artwork on the right-hand side is by Hearthstone Fables. I love her art. I'm really happy with how this looks. The couch just got a autumnal blanket and a couple of pumpkin pillows, and then this is a sign from Kroger's several years ago, and it's just really fun to stick out. Now you have another black cat break. My Wendy Froud original troll sculpture, Adley, gets a wreath for her head and some pumpkin lights. Just about everything else on this display is from Michaels. We decided to, for the first time this holiday, we completely emptied out this display and put holiday decor in here, and we had such a blast finding stuff for it. The little potion bottles you saw above, I collected from Target. I'm kind of obsessed with getting all of them. Then pretty much everything else is from Target. Let's see, or not from Target, from Michaels this year. I really love their vintage line of items. I especially love these 3 black cats in a squash car. Yes, they're really cutesy, but they're also so vintage. I mean, I've seen plenty of vintage postcards that have things like that on it, and it just tickles my fancy. Here's the final display on our coffee table. I have a Brian Froud Goblin book with a couple of antique books on top of it, and then just I can't even go fast enough to tell you where I got everything on there, but just candles and leaves and pumpkins. Here's a little kitchen display that I have in my kitchen. I love this bunny vase so much that I couldn't put it away, so I just added some autumn leaves. And then a pumpkin bowl with some leaf scatter inside. And I didn't do much in the bedroom so far, but I did switch out this gorgeous flower crown made by my friend Meg for an autumnal one instead. And I'm also going to add some garland to the bed frame, I think. And here is my beautiful coffee table at night. I hope you enjoyed this spooky house tour. Have a happy Halloween!